Howdy y'all, I'm over here behind the 7U D4 that we lovingly have been calling Crispy, but it's got a big story to tell. When we push this on the trailer, I noticed a lot of water coming out of here, so I'm gonna have to get that drained. But this tractor, obviously you can't see the tags because, well, they've melted. But this tractor is very, very unique, and it is the end of an era, very close to the end. It's a 1959 7U D4 45280. Again, a very nice drawbar. I'm always amazed how decent most of these drawbars look on dozers. Now, this one's been repaired. It's been welded here, so it's been broke off. It's had some use. I wouldn't call this machine a survivor, but at least it's still around. And it came out of a very big forest fire right up there in the Colorado Rocky Mountains. There are a lot of very interesting things that make this tractor unique. For example, it was very rare because this was one of the few 7U D4s that you could start entirely from the operator's seat. Previous 7U D4s, like this one, and like the one we have in our shop, Old Wheezy, you had to start and engage the pony motor from right here on the side of the tractor, and then hop in the operator's seat. What made this one unique is it has all the controls to start, engage, and use the pony motor from the operator's seat. Now this has a Caterpillar blade, which obviously has fire damage, discoloration. It's even melted some of the pot metal parts. But I was told when they picked this machine up, this engine was not froze. So the fan's good. Came with a free bird's nest. You can see there's no provisions to work this pony motor from the outside. There's a lever here to engage the pinion. The standard starting position for the diesel engines up here. This one's burnt out, but even the fuel pressure gauge is visible from the operator's compartment. Got engine oil pressure, water temperature, and your voltage. Pony motor controls, your choke and everything would come through those holes right there. There's a run and start for your decompression, everything. There's a push button start up there. The operator did not have to leave this platform, which saves a lot of time when you think about it. And it's a good time you can sit in a comfortable seat and enjoy a cup of coffee in the morning before you go to work. The pedals are really in good shape considering this was a dozer. In fact, they're in fantastic shape. It still shifts into gear. The clutches are stuck, unfortunately. The main clutch works fine. Now you have your normal transmission oil check right here, which is still kind of stuck, but your engine oil is up here. And the operator can get to it, which this machine has decent oil in it. Control for the dozer, very much a change in ergonomics, so it was right here at the operator's seat. Pony motor, I'm afraid, is stuck on this one as well, so this is going to be a candidate to get it in the shop and get it taken apart. Now, I haven't really tried to spin this engine over, but from what I understand, they've been dumping Marvel Mystery Oil in this and oil, so I don't think it would take too much, if it is stuck, to get it unstuck. Sadly, the hood has been caved in, but it is complete, and it could be straightened. You know I love toolboxes. Let's check this one out. Got some bolts laying in here. There's bolts laying in everything. I don't know what those are. Well, the hinge is broke. Have not been in this one either. Standard fare, it looks like. Draw pins, dirt, debris, leaves. Yeah, nothing too fancy. And it looks like if there was anything of value in there, fighter might have already done it in. Might not be a bad idea to take this box out and dump it out anyway. Look at that. Petcock for the pony motor. Not really finding anything worthwhile in here. A lot of pine needles. You can tell this was up in the mountains. Yeah, the fuel cap, it melted as well. Anything that was pot metal, that fire just did it in. Battery box, nothing left in there either. That battery melted in the fire. So there's good, bad, and ugly on this machine, but the engine's good. The undercarriage is really good. These are probably some of the best grousers I have seen to date. And they are not sharp on the edges, but they've got a lot of wear left in them. Track chains are quite good. These pins have been, no, they need to be rolled. They've got a lot of wear on the bottom. So, but they have another turn left in them. These are worn pretty good, the rollers. Sprockets are getting to be pointy, but they're okay. And this is another solid front idler, and I just absolutely love these. My dad doesn't like them. He likes the spokes. He thinks they look better. There's something tough about these. I can see the master link is right up here, and these are a lot different than the older ones that we're used to working with. There's no brakes, gussets, or repairs to the track frames underneath. So surprisingly, I've seen a lot of mountain dozers up here. People tend to use them as a ramrod if they find a big rock. And that is definitely not the case with this one. Even this dozer blade has a lot of design improvements in strength. This has the really strong fenders on it. I think they're 3/8 or 1/4 inch steel, so they're super strong fenders. Now, I did find it very fascinating to note what the fire damaged and what didn't. It seems like the further up on the tractor you go, the more fire damage it got. Because you can see down here on the bottom of the engine, it still has the paint on it. So that is remarkable, actually. And who knows, forest fires, they can tend to get super hot. Unlike out here on the plains where I live, the grass fire is going to move pretty quick. No sense even really checking the service meter. There's nothing left of it. Got your starter for the pony motor. The generator is on the other side here. I'm sure it is destroyed from the fire as well. But this is really, really a unique and neat transitional tractor. I absolutely love to see the design evolution from our old D4 4G series tractor like we're working on in the shop up to this one. And from an operator standpoint, of course this is better. Ergonomics are always better. Now I'm a little bit old school, the new joystick stuff, and I've ran it. I ran quite a bit of it. I love to have a little bit of feel as an operator. On the new stuff, I don't feel like I have it. But on the new stuff, you have tremble and everything else, so I think that kind of replaces feel. So operating by the seat of your pants is kind of a thing of the past. This is a matching numbers unit, according to the tag on the block. And this is, of course, the wide stance because it's a 7U. With the 6Us, of course, being the narrow stance tractors. If I was worried about keeping the dozer, this frame and stuff is remarkably in very decent shape. There's wear on everything to be sure, but nothing like I've seen on most of these tractors. You can still smell the faint smell of fire, burning pine from up in the mountains on this. And you get a whiff of it every now and then. Well, there you have it. That's the end of this D4 tour. This is really shows a remarkable change in the engineering over the time of the D4. I do want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Every year, thousands of tractors rust away in unknown fields and pastures, forgotten by time and neglect. Many waiting for that day when somebody finally saves up enough money to fix it up. With your help, engines like Hit and Miss Jenny here are now, despite a cracked head, firing on all one cylinder. For as little as the price of a cup of coffee a month, D4 Carl here Might get that sledgehammer taken to the engine and get it unstuck. Thanks to your generous support and LAOL state-of-the-art 1920s tool building technology, some of these machines are going to live for generations to come. So from the bottom of our heart, we thank you. And thank you for the channel support, the subscribes, the memberships, and everything else. Because of you, this old junk is going to get a second chance. And Wheezy here thanks you too. Thank you.